All right, so I know we promised you guys a video of the Gladiator before we left for SEMA. So we're out here, like, this is the soonest we could possibly do it. There's a lot going on. You guys will still hear welding in the back. We're still working on the trailer chassis. But we have a little bit of sunlight, so we need to pull this thing out where we could back up a little bit and kind of show you what it is. So I wish I could tell you how long we've been working on this concept. Like, I kid you not, since 2019 when we first released the Atlas system. The biggest problem with that, and the biggest problem with most bed racks, is keeping all of your stuff dry and dust free from the inside. Truck beds are really bad about this sort of whirlwind effect behind the door, behind the cab. And so what we wanted to do is basically build a truck cap that was not truck cap height. So you can think of this as sort of a blend between a tonneau cover and a truck cap, with what we feel is the best of both worlds. And there's lots of great truck bed setups. Harker makes a great one, GFC, like there's a bunch of amazing things. We just couldn't really find one that fit the way we wanted to wheel. Low profile, super lightweight, keeps the elements out, get a lot of load capacity, that type of thing. So what we're calling this is a load-bearing enclosure. And if you guys follow the brand, you know about a year ago, we released sort of off-the-wall Polaris General concept product. And that concept was the sort of inspiration for the load-bearing enclosure. That went over great. You guys loved it. We still tour that around at UTV events. It gets tons of great feedback. That was our test for this guy. So the concept behind this is, obviously you see the sealed enclosure here. All of your seams, like up at the top, around the bed sides, all of those have foam seal in it. So when those bolts compress, that creates a really tight seal around all the pieces. The other thing is, you'll notice there is a bed rack on here. So that is not required for the function of the enclosure. Once we pop the lid, we'll show you the inserts on the inside that give you the internal support. So what we have set up here is our sort of rooftop tent setup. We'll also be able to run this directly with things like sleeper keepers bolted directly to the top of the platform. So that's where you get the load-bearing piece. So obviously your capacity is a little bit decreased when you don't have the bed rack, but still completely functional as a mounting surface without the bed rails. Moving around to the back, we can kind of show you what's going on here. So you notice we have a pretty short hatch. And the benefit of that is you still get to run your rooftop tent and still fit in your garage, fit below trees, that type of thing. So again, sort of that blend between the truck cap and the tonneau cover. So we'll go ahead and pop it open. You notice we have locking latches here, so these are just normal key latches. We have dual struts on the side. We have MOLLE panel here in the middle. We have some motion sensing lighting that we'll have all set up for the show. We can lower the tailgate down. You'll notice on top of the tailgate, we have a smooth surface here, and that's so we can mesh up to our ceiling surface as part of the hatch. So that turned out really well. So once you're in here, you can kind of see, and I'll grab a flashlight, maybe that'll help some. You can see the steel supports under here. So the black part here is actually steel. And then we're sort of mimicking our external bed rail system on the inside. And that's where we get our load-bearing capacity. So you'll also notice we have a slightly wider version of our bed slide. Generally, we build all of our components into 2 columns. What we realized is the larger fridges in the market, like the Dometic 75, it would not fit inside of the column that the Gladiator sort of provided by default. So what we did with this one, we have a new mount system that spans 2 columns and allows us to sort of spill over with that fridge slide. So this one will hold the Dometic 75, and we'll have that all set up for you guys to demo pretty soon. Over on the right, we have our normal slider and drawers we have been selling for the Gladiator for a while. Those use 48-inch locking slides. They're rated at 500 pounds, and they have a lifetime warranty. So we've been happy with those. And then down below, we have our 6-inch drawers with the same slides, same weight capacity. You see lots of adjustable divider locations in these as well. So what we tried to do with this system is build the best of both worlds between truck cap and tonneau cover to sort of give you that hybrid solution that lets you keep the profile really low and still have everything sealed and dry and keep all the dust out and that type of thing. So again, this is called our load-bearing enclosure for the Jeep Gladiator. We'll have versions out for Ranger, Tacoma, eventually F-150 and the bigger trucks as well. This thing will ship to your house in a box. You can assemble it at home. It isn't something that has to be shipped freight or installed at a local truck upfitter. So yeah, this is something you can do with just basic hand tools, and super lightweight, very sealed, and we can't wait to show you guys some more about it.